Hi class, we made it to week 4. This week we were asked to watch some videos of some counseling sessions, respond with if it was like what we expected or not a counseling session to be, what the similarities and differences were for each of the videos, and what questions we have about the counseling session or how the skills are used. First off, I would say that the counseling videos that we watched were very similar to experiences that I have had in the past with counselors. Because I am a military spouse who've moved several times, so I've seen a few different counselors at various points in my life for different reasons, and I can think of a counselor that was probably similar to each of those in those situations. The similarities that I saw between the three, they were all very professional, and they all seemed very comfortable with what they were doing, but they did have some different approaches that I noticed. In the first video about brainstorming, they seemed to have been very comfortable with each other. They seemed to already have a good rapport with one another. It didn't seem like an initial counseling session. That therapist was very direct. He didn't come off as especially warm, though I wouldn't say that he was cold or anything. I think he was very professional, and I think that his style worked really well with his client. They seemed to just mesh very well with one another. They seemed very comfortable with one another. The second counselor, on the other hand, that seemed like a first counseling session with that particular client. She was extremely warm. She seemed the most empathetic and the most warm of the three. She really took her time. She gave the client a lot of time to formulate her answers, and you could tell that the client was really nervous to do that. She made really good eye contact, and like I said, she used her timing of how she mirrored things back to the client really well. The third client, I would say he did a really great job of being very neutral, of getting a client whose sole reason of being there was that she was struggling with verbalizing her feelings. He did a very good job of getting her to verbalize her feelings. So she was almost, I guess she was verbalizing her feelings about verbalizing her feelings. But so all three were, I think they all did a very good job, but they are all very different. They had different approaches. My question would be more for Dr. Dumont. I know that we all have multifaceted personalities. We're not always the same with every person that we meet. But my question is, do you find yourself, when you're counseling, to sort of hone in on a specific aspect of your personality based on what feedback you're getting from the clients of what you feel like would work well? You know, maybe with some people you would be more like the first counseling video, and in others you'd be more like the counselor in the second video. That's my question for you. Thanks.